Hello everyone and welcome to another Sims 4 speed build. This build is actually based on a Pinterest that I saw for a house called Walton Mountain. I actually really enjoyed this build and I thought that it looked good. So I'm hoping that you think the same when you see it. Completed, of course. And yeah, I think it's a very cute picture and I try and resemble it closely on the inside. And now I wasn't entirely sure what the color scheme would be inside, so I made it pretty white. But I did this build for one of the challenge families. I can't remember exactly, the scenarios I should say. I can't remember the name of the scenario, but it is the one with the grandma and she leaves, it's who's she going to leave her money to, essentially. So that was quite an interesting plot line, I thought. I've played this scenario a little, but I think it actually took me a long time to build the house. So after I built the house, I was like, I think a lot of people do that, go into The Sims, do a build, and then they're like, yeah, that's enough Sims for today. So I do a bit better on this. What should I say? Roofing than on the last lot that I did, because this one I actually had a plan for, or a reference picture, and so I think it looks a bit better. The front and the back look quite similar, so I was like, that's nice. There's not any crazy roofing going on. It's similar enough that it's fine. The lot I chose to build on, annoyingly, is kind of trees everywhere, so anytime I rotated the camera, it just went bonkers. If there's a lot of cuts, it's because I'm just rotating and then trees jump in the way. So yeah, there are 3 grandchildren, who are all adults, or young adults, I believe. And then there's the grandma, who's of course an elder, and I believe that the scenario is basically who's going to treat grandma the best to inherit her money. It's quite, on the picture, it's very white windows. It's kind of a bluish white siding, which I did actually manage to get, and then like a dark grey sort of roof, which is actually our slate, which is very similar to what is already on the build, which I quite like. Now, because the windows are sort of double, or some of them are double, I try and move 2 together. I know there are some where the windows are already 2 side by side, but I like doing it myself. And now I'm moving on to the back porch, and as I say, I didn't have a reference picture for this, so I just winged it. Although now looking at the floor plan, it says screen porch, which is not exactly what I built, but oops, what can you do about it? So yeah, I even matched the floor plan enough to, or the reference picture, which as I said is only the outside, but they had 2 little white, they were maybe rocking chairs, but they kind of just looked like regular chairs to me. They had 2 white chairs outside, So I went for that. And I'm just now copying almost exactly what sorts of plants they have. I remember they have two small trees just side by side. If you're wondering how I'm sizing them up and down using the square bracket key, just realized I said angle bracket on other video when I meant the square bracket. The angle bracket is the, if you know maths, the greater than and less than. So that's my mistake. The square brackets. On my keyboard, they're under the minus and the plus. So, yeah. Or the dash and the equals. So that's the keys you use to size up and down. I'm just popping doors in around the house. Not sure how detailed the floor plan was about the doors. Actually, no, it does say about the doors. But yes, I think at this point I'm trying to figure out what sort of look I'm going for. It says obviously Walton Mountain, but it doesn't exactly give mountain vibes. It gives, suburban vibes. So yeah, I'm working on this desk. I'm working on this office area for I'm not sure who would use it. Perhaps Grandma to write up her will and decide when she decides who has earned it. Also, that one spotlight that's in the wrong place is really annoying me. Yeah, I think that was kind of a nod to that's Grandma's workspace, because she's got like an old-fashioned picture behind her. And then like this sort of old-fashioned lamp, although I think the rest of the house is quite the whole house is quite modern, so I'm not sure where Grandma's money came from. I believe that when I moved in with this family, that was the amount of money that they had. Perhaps that was the whole inheritance and I just spent it on a nice house for them all. Editing this video is actually really made me want to play this scenario, see who I like. I remember playing it for a short while, but I didn't really like any of the kids. I know, young adults, but grandkids, I suppose. I didn't really like any of them. None of them really grabbed my attention or stood out to me or anything. Plus the whole thing is like, oh, you're spoiled. I'm not leaving you anything until you can be less spoiled. Or at least that's my recollection. I may be wrong. But if you've played The Sims and have played this scenario, let me know what sort of outcome you had. I think for me, I just was like, I don't really want to play until her death. That seems a bit harsh. I can't remember the exact goals of it. So maybe it's not till her death. Maybe it's until, they've achieved some goal to not be frowned upon so severely by the grandma. So I'm just finishing up in the dining room here. Again, very white, very contemporary, I suppose. I haven't done the flooring yet, which is a bit strange. I also, this on the floor plan was like a giant open space, and I was like, you can see I change it later because I just was like, why does there need to be such a huge open kitchen? And then like there's a staircase and it seemed really disjointed. So I wall off the kitchen and put an archway. I think I put in 2 archways actually. So it looks more like it flows better. I'm not sold on the colour of these cabinets, to be honest. Or the colour of the fridge. It's very brown. And considering the rest of the house is like not very brown at all, I'm really not sold. I feel like a lot of Simmers put a lot of clutter in kitchens. And I just can't think of, well, my kitchen is very cluttered, but I don't believe they have like cereal boxes or, well, they might have kettles now. I think that came with one pack recently. They've got the like little tea things. And this might be like stemming back to my Sims 2 days, but I don't put coffee makers in anyone's houses because it just ends up that your Sim is constantly drinking coffee, needing to go to the toilet, and then like I think you get like, is it some mood, or am I imagining it? Like you get like coffee jitters or something in the Sims 4. I might be imagining it. So I never put coffee makers in the Sims 4 at all. Also, I don't drink coffee, so I'll have the cute little tea sets instead, and then the kettle, I guess. So I've just put in the flooring for the downstairs area. It's quite brown. And you can see I'm setting up the living area here, and I'm just trying to figure it out. And then in a moment or two, you'll see me move over and be like, wait, there's this giant space of nothing. And so, I draw a wall and make it a bit more, I don't know, closed off, but it looks a lot better. So I've got more of a living area in the middle, and then like a little hobby area to the side. And then by the stairs I get a nice little console table, and I think it looks a little better. And I had the cross stitch there for the granny because I don't have nifty knitting. Otherwise I would totally put the nifty knitting box there. Is it a box you get with nifty knitting? I'm not entirely sure. But yes, I really want to go back into this scenario. I have done one scenario that I posted on my channel previously, and that was the making money one. I had 4 videos of that, so if you want to check that out, then I'd appreciate it. I've recorded another scenario. I can't remember exactly what it was, but I believe, was it the frog one? I don't exactly recall. So here's me trying to fill some more space, and I'm just like moving the windows just to match the interior, because who doesn't do that? And I'm like, oh, look, here's another empty space. What am I going to put here? Oh yeah, this is where I put the console table in next to the stairs. I'm about to put something, I tried to put this stereo on it, but it doesn't fit. So I use the 9 key to move it up. Have BB move objects on. And so you just move it onto the bottom of the table and then press the 9 key, I believe. If you're using like a certain camera or something, you have to do Shift and 9. I think that's what I have to do. It's either Shift and 9 or Control 9. I feel like it's Shift. But don't come at me if it's wrong. And then the other empty corner, I put a little piano. if I were building this now, I'd probably put in a regular piano in that corner as opposed to a keyboard, the small one that came with Growing Together, I believe. And now we're on to the upstairs. I like to wall off the toilet because I heard it's really bad feng shui if you walk into a bathroom and the first thing you see is the toilet. Like the toilet is facing the door. So I always try to be mindful of that when I'm building in The Sims. In my own home, when you open the bathroom door, the first thing you see is the toilet. So, and I can say it's not great feng shui. Because someone told me that. I don't really know, personally. So I have 2 sinks in this bathroom because I have a small bathroom. Oh, look, hey, I built this one. You could actually put soap on the sink, but it's really tricky on this, on the like counter sinks. But yes, I made a separate room for the toilet, and I popped a sink in there, and then I put a sink out here. Not entirely sure why, but there you go. It's nice because that bathroom now has a bath and a shower, which is, I think, what everyone prefers, a bath and a shower separately, not two in one, or just one or the other. I've got a cozy little nook in this upstairs hallway. 2 little cute little like old-fashioned, like remind me of my parents' armchairs when I was a child, although those are like stripy and very interestingly patterned. And yeah, I thought that was a cute little, I popped a bookcase there, so it was really nice and cozy. Here we are moving on to one of the, I keep trying to say children's bedrooms, but they're not children. One of the young adults' bedrooms. Potential inheritors. I don't know, but this is their bedroom. Very white, very stark, and, a little bit of colour with the green of the plants, and then this picture. Those are really interesting wall lights. Because I find myself doing, table lamps next to the bed and not the lights that you get on walls. So I actually quickly clicked onto the Sims that live here to see what their personality was, to see what sort of bedrooms I would give them. I think this guy was a geek. So I gave him like this gamer's like desk and chair and computer setup, and I decided the color he liked was green because the house was very stark and bland, so he got a little bit of color. Also quickly running out of money. Gave him all the high school years stuff and the green swatch, which I like never use, so that was a nice change. Just making a generic bathroom. That's the ensuite for the ground. I used all the cottage living. Yeah, cottage living. I said country living in a previous one, but yeah, cottage living. Again, with the wall lights as well. Yeah, I use all the cottage living furniture for her. I believe I use everything seasons in the next bedroom. Just grabbing all the curtains too. So everything seasons in this bedroom. I really like the patterns on this. I think it's quite like Art Deco, I want to say. Really cute. So I believe this is for one of the girls. The one who seemed a bit I want to say like maybe she had like the evil trait or the mean trait. I might be mistaken entirely. I should really go back and play this family. I gave her those cute little succulent plant pots because I never put those in any builds because I believe they're in clutter instead of plants. So I don't look for plants in the clutter category. So yeah, just under 1,000 simoleons left. I'm just finishing up in the grandma's bedroom. I hope I changed the colour of her bedside tables because everything else is green and brown and her bedside table is blue and brown. Nope. So I just give her like some hand creams and things that I thought she would use just before bed and things. And then I pop a little half wall beside the stairs for safety. And then a little console table with a plant on it. And I believe a painting above. Small little pictures. Yes, that is almost it. I'm just popping a light outside the front door. So there we have it. There is squint windows. Oh no. Sorry. That's the build and the video for today, and hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you on the next one.